Hi, I'm Kelly O'Connor with Financial Caffeine. If you purchase my audiobook, it should be waiting for you in your inbox to download. If you haven't, we're going to have some links so that you can do so. I have two things for you, kind of a loophole, something to value. I'll mention that here in just a moment. And then another conversation that I call average versus actual. There's a lot of misinformation out there. A lot of financial entertainers use the average rate of return, and I believe it's quite deceitful. Let's see what you think. Okay, so I call this conversation simply average versus actual. And it's really simple to mathematically demonstrate. We're going to look at year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. And we're going to give a hypothetical investment performance. So let's pretend for just a moment, year 1, you had $100, you got referred to this new advisor, and he was totally awesome, and he doubled your money. So by the end of year 1, you had $200. I'm going to actually erase this, and I'm going to do this in blue. I'm going to do 100%. He doubled your money. And you had $200 at the end of the year. That's fantastic. Now, you're bragging on the golf course, right? I mean, you're feeling really good about yourself and him, and you probably even referred some friends. And at the beginning of year 2, you had $200, and once again, he doubled your money. Now you're really pumped because you have $400 in just 2 years. You're bragging like crazy. You're bringing all kinds of people to this dude. So at year 3, you started with $400, but this time he didn't quite do as good. He got 50% loss. So you lost half of your funds. So what's that mean? Well, that means you went from 400 down to 200. Now you still might be pretty pumped because, you started with $100 into year 3, you're at 200. You still have doubled your money. You're okay, you'll stick with them. So at the beginning of year 4, you have $200, but once again, you lose 50%. You lost half. Where does that put you? You have $100. You ended with exactly what you started with. All right, so where's the average and the actual come into play? Well, how do we get an average? So all these financial entertainers, there's one really big one. He's very involved in churches, and he has a huge podcast and YouTube channel. He does this all the time. He takes, whether it be the Dow, the S&P, whatever, NASDAQ, he'll add up the performances, 100, 100, negative 50, negative 50. He'll add them all up, divide by how many inputs, how many years, and calculate that average, and then he'll use that number as the actual return that you received, and that's the number he'll calculate and go, look, see? And it's mathematically deceiving. Because check this out. What is our average? 100 plus 100 is 200, minus 50 is 150, minus 50 is 100. So we have 100 divided by 4 years. Our average was 25%. And these guys could be saying, look, over the last 4 years, we've averaged 25%. And they would be telling the truth. It would be accurate. As a matter of fact, this is the number that they're allowed to use on their prospectus, which I just think is horrible. But what they don't know is the result was 0. 100 to 100 is an actual rate of return of 0. You see, the average is just a mathematical number. It has no bearing on your account. The actual is what your bank account, what your investment account looks like. You see, math tells us it doesn't matter when we take a loss. Losses greatly impact our ending balance, whether they're at the beginning, halfway up, or at the end. But the main thing is that we don't lose money. So I urge you to not be fooled by average rate of return and to understand actual. And in my audiobook, I go into great detail into this and the strategies around it. And again, it's in your inbox if you bought it. You can download it. If you haven't, we got the links for you to do so. Now, I mentioned something of value. I charge $500 to meet with me. There are a lot of people who find me and just come right through. And it's kind of a buffer. I wish I didn't have to do that, but I do. I just can't simply meet with everybody. However, if you purchase my audiobook and listen to it, there's a code in there that you can use when it's time to fill out the quick little application. It's 1 page, and to get on my calendar. You can enter that code and waive that fee 100%. The reason I do that is because a lot of these conversations are in great detail and within the audiobook, and it saves us a lot of time, and I want to honor that. I want to honor the decision that you made. So as you go through the audiobook, look for that code, and when it comes time to meet me, make sure to use that so that that $500 fee is just completely gone. All right. So if you've got it in your inbox, go check it out. If not, we've got the links here so you can do so. I look forward to meeting with you.